Nia, we're not opening next week.
What do you mean?
We found another problem.
If it's money, put it back.
It's gonna push us back.
I invited 200 people. It's always something. It feels like I'm being punished for even trying.
Now let me tell you how Nia got to the point where an unfinished coffee shop had this woman convinced life was personally coming for her. Because 3 months earlier, Nia was excited. This woman had been talking about opening her own cafe and bookstore for years. Not some giant fancy place. She wanted something warm. Coffee, pastries, books, comfortable chairs, plants in the windows, good music playing low, a little reading corner, maybe book clubs, poetry nights, community events. The kind of place where you walk in saying, I'm just grabbing coffee, and somehow 3 hours later somebody knows your childhood nickname and you have joined a book club you did not come in there looking for. Nia could see the whole thing, and I mean see it. She had screenshots, mood boards, paint samples, floor plans, furniture links. This woman researched chairs so hard you would have thought the president was coming to sit down. She knew what kind of cups she wanted, what the shelves should look like, where the counter should go, what kind of lights would hang over it. She even knew which corner would have the best pictures once the sun started coming through those front windows. So when she finally found the building, she knew. Good neighborhood. Big windows, people walking by all day, enough parking, enough room, and most importantly, rent she could actually afford without having to sell a kidney. Now, was the building pretty? No, absolutely not. But Nia walked through that empty storefront and saw everything it could be. She saw the shelves, she saw the tables, she saw people sitting near the windows drinking coffee. She saw the sign outside with her business name on it. She saw herself unlocking that door every morning. So she signed the lease. And then construction started. And apparently construction is the part where your dream starts looking like you have made a terrible financial decision. Because a few weeks later, Nia's sister Tasha came to see the place. Tasha walked through the door, took about 3 steps, stopped, looked around and said, "Girl, you paid money for this?" Nia didn't even turn around. "Good morning to you too." Tasha looked at the ceiling. "Nia, what? Why can I see wires? They're doing electrical." "Okay, but why can I see all the electrical?" "Because they're working on it." Tasha kept walking. Then she stopped again. Nia sighed. "What now? Why is there a toilet sitting in the middle of the floor?" "They're redoing the bathroom." Tasha looked toward the bathroom, then back at the toilet. "The bathroom is over there." "I know where the bathroom is, Tasha." "Well, apparently the toilet doesn't." "Tasha, I'm just saying, stop worrying about the toilet." "I'm not worried about the toilet. The toilet looks worried about itself." Nia finally turned around. "They are not finished." Tasha looked around again. "That is becoming your favorite sentence." And Nia said, "Because you keep walking into the middle of something and judging it like it's finished." Tasha got quiet for approximately 2 seconds, then pointed back toward the toilet. "Okay, but somebody still needs to check on him. Go home." Now, at this point, Nia was fine. She understood what construction looked like. Of course it was ugly. They were tearing things out, moving plumbing, redoing electrical, opening walls, pulling up floors. You cannot renovate something without disturbing what is already there. She knew that, so she wasn't worried until the delay started. First, an inspection got pushed back. Okay, annoying, but manageable. Then they found an electrical problem. More money. Then the permit office needed another document. More time. Then the custom counter arrived. Wrong. And I don't mean, well, maybe we can adjust it. No. Wrong. Nia looked at it. The contractor looked at it. The delivery man looked at it. Everybody just stood there staring at this counter like maybe if they embarrassed it long enough, it would become the correct size. It did not. So the counter had to go back. Then the flooring got delayed, which pushed something else back. And apparently construction has this cute little habit where every time somebody says, "We found one more thing," your bank account gets nervous. But Nia already had an opening date, and not just in her head. Oh no, she had announced it, posted it, printed it, sent invitations. Vendors knew, friends knew, family knew, her mama knew, and her mama had told the church. Now once your mama tells church people something, baby, that information has entered the public record. There is no taking it back. So Nia kept saying, we still have time. We're going to make it. They'll catch up. It's going to come together. Until the day you just saw, the contractor walked in, looked at his clipboard, looked around, and hit her with, Nia, we're not opening next week. And suddenly, all the confidence Nia had been carrying around left the building before the contractor did. Because after he left, she looked around that place differently. Same room, same walls, same construction, but now she wasn't looking at what it could become. She was looking at everything that was missing. The ceiling still wasn't finished. The floors weren't done. Boxes everywhere, tools everywhere, dust everywhere, money going out, opening date gone. And yes, that toilet was still over there living its best unauthorized life. And that is when Nia said, it's always something. Every time I get close, something else goes wrong. Then, at this point, it feels like I'm being punished for even trying. And I think that line matters, because sometimes one setback doesn't stay one setback in our heads. One thing goes wrong, and suddenly our brain starts gathering witnesses. See? This always happens. Nothing ever works for me. Every time I try, maybe I shouldn't have done it. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe I messed everything up. And that is exactly where Nia was. She wasn't just looking at a construction delay anymore. She had turned that delay into a verdict on the whole dream. So she sat down on this little construction bucket, because apparently buckets were furniture now, put her hand on her forehead, and just sat there. A little while later, Tasha came by, walked inside, saw Nia sitting on that bucket, and immediately knew this was not the moment for one of her comments, which honestly showed tremendous personal growth. Tasha walked over, grabbed another bucket, sat beside her. What happened? Nia told her. Inspection, electrical, counter, flooring, grand opening, money, all of it. Then Nia said, maybe I made a mistake. Tasha looked at her. Why? Nia waved toward the room. Look at this place. I am. It looks terrible. Tasha stayed quiet. Nia said, maybe everybody was right. Tasha frowned. Who is everybody? Nia slowly turned her head. You were everybody 3 weeks ago. Tasha sat up. Okay, leave me out of this. You asked me if the building was condemned. I was asking questions. You asked if I had verified the landlord was a real person. There are scammers everywhere. You told Mama you thought I had lost my mind. I said I was concerned. Tasha. Fine. They sat there for a second. Then Tasha said, you remember what you told me when I first came in here? Nia said, no. Yes, you do. I'm having a breakdown. I don't remember anything. Tasha said, you told me I was walking into the middle of something and judging it like it was finished. Nia slowly looked over at her. I hate when people use my own words against me. Tasha shrugged. Then stop saying good stuff. And Nia laughed. Just a little. Now here's the part I like. Nothing magical happened that night. The ceiling didn't suddenly close itself. The permit didn't fall from heaven. The flooring didn't install itself. The correct counter did not appear surrounded by angels. Nia went home. Then she came back the next morning, and they kept working. Inspection finally happened. Electrical got handled. Walls went back up. The correct counter arrived. Floors started going down. Lights got installed. Paint went up. Shelves started coming in. Little by little. Then a few weeks later, Tasha came back. She opened the door, walked inside, and stopped. Oh. Nia looked over. What? Tasha kept looking around. Okay. Nia folded her arms. Okay, what? Tasha took another step. Okay. Use your words. Because now, the lights were on. The floors were almost finished. The new counter stretched across the back. Shelves were going up. The big front windows had been cleaned. The walls were painted. It still wasn't finished. There were still boxes, still work to do. But now, you could see it. Tasha walked toward the counter, ran her hand across it, looked around again, then said, "This is nice." Nia just stared at her. "What?" "Nothing." "Why are you looking at me like that?" Nia said, "I thought you always saw the vision." Tasha grabbed her purse. "I did." Nia laughed. "You thought I got scammed." "I did not say that." "You asked me if the landlord had identification. I believe in due diligence. You called the building condemned. I was speaking from a place of concern. You harassed a toilet." Tasha pointed toward the back. "That toilet was out of position and you know it." And there it was. Same building, same dream, different stage. The first time Tasha walked in, she could only see what wasn't there. The second time, enough had been put in place for her to finally say, "Oh, I see it now. And baby, that story followed me home." Because later that night, I'm reading Genesis. We already talked about verse 1. But this time, I kept reading. And I got to Genesis chapter 1, verses 2 through 5. And listen to this. Verse 2. "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." Verse 3. "And God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light." Verse 4. "And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness." Verse 5. "And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day." And I stopped, because wait a minute, if you walked into creation at verse 2, and you didn't already know what was coming next, what would you think you were looking at? Formless, empty. Dark, no trees, no flowers, no animals, no people, no sunrise, no mountains, no cute little birds flying around making everything look inspirational. Nothing about verse 2 looks finished, but God is already there. That part got me, because Nia looked at unfinished and decided, maybe I'm being punished. Tasha looked at unfinished and decided, something must be wrong with this. But Genesis shows us something unfinished, and the Spirit of God is already there. Then God speaks, "Let there be light," and there was light. Then he separates the light from the darkness. He names the light day. He names the darkness night. Evening comes, morning comes. First day. And guess what? It still isn't finished. It's day 1. There is a whole lot more coming. No animals yet, no people yet, no vegetation yet. Creation is nowhere near complete. But something has changed. Light is there now. Separation has started. Things are beginning to be put in place. There is movement. There is order beginning to show up. And I immediately thought about Tasha walking back into that store after the lights were installed. Okay. Girl, now you see it. Because enough had happened for you to recognize something was being built. But just because you couldn't recognize it 3 weeks earlier, didn't mean nothing was happening 3 weeks earlier. And maybe some of us are doing exactly what Nia did. We hit one unfinished place in our life and immediately start giving it a meaning. I must be failing. God must be mad at me. I must have missed it. This must not be for me. Why is everything going wrong? And sometimes, maybe the most truthful thing we can say is, I don't know yet. It isn't finished. That's it. No fake promise. No pretending everything messy is secretly wonderful. No telling you every delay means some giant blessing is coming next Thursday. The receipt does not say that, but the receipt does show us something. Before creation looked complete, God was present. Before everything was in place, God was present. While things were still being formed, God was working. Unfinished did not mean unattended, and baby, I think some of us needed that. Because we have definitely looked at a day 1 situation and demanded day 6 evidence. Okay, but where is everything? Ma'am, it is day 1. The light just came on. Can we acknowledge the light before we start complaining that there are no giraffes yet? Because sometimes progress is real, even when completion hasn't arrived. Something moved, something changed, something became clearer. Something got separated that needed separating. Something finally got named. And because the whole thing isn't finished yet, we act like none of that counts. Meanwhile, the lights are on, and we're standing there asking about bookshelves. So here's what I want to know. What part of your life have you been judging like it's finished, when you might actually be standing somewhere in the middle of it? You don't have to tell all your business. We are not doing forced testimony over here. Give me one word if that's all you want to give. Career, healing, family, faith, finances, starting over. Whatever your word is. And maybe before you call that unfinished place a failure, remember Nia's raggedy little construction site. Same building, different stage, and remember Genesis. Formless, empty, dark, but God was already there. Unfinished did not mean unattended. And just because you cannot see the finished thing yet, does not mean you have seen the whole story. That's my 2 cents. Tea served. Receipts attached. Go read your Bible. Receipts, Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1.